Post on Patreon. All right. Starting soon. I'm back in action with the soundboard. Welcome back to the Nerdcore Podcast, episode 352. And today we are doing our wonderful Saturday morning review for you all as we discuss Uncorked from Netflix. Netflix.
Flex.
As always, it
Where are
is
you,
the Nerd
Sylvester?
Sylvester, yeah. As always, it is the Nerd Chicano here to host the show alongside my wonderful co-host, Young Yoda. How we doing, bro?
What's up, everybody? I am tired, but I am here, and I am here to talk about this movie.
Yeah, man. Man. So, yep. What's it called? Soundboard is back in effect, man. Tomorrow's live show will be good because I get to play my sounds again, and Brad won't be there, sadly.
Tears.
Tears in rain, right? Tears
in the rain.
Tears in rain.
Like tears in the rain.
Oh man, but how's your day been? You know, anything interesting?
Freaking long.
Yeah.
Not really. Grown adults acted like babies. You know, the usual.
Yeah. I've just been playing Minecraft with Luis, so we were playing that, and our world is getting better and better as every day goes by, and we convinced Michelle to get the game.
Oh, good.
Yep. So while you're not online, we can play in our world, and then when you get online, we can play in yours.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So that's been that, man. But as always, we are live for patrons only, and there is other. That's the only way you can get this show early. What's cool about this episode, the Saturday morning reviews are early, like for 2 days, and you can become a patron at www.patreon.com/nerdcore, and you can you can and you can watch us live every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. for these reviews, and yeah. So you get access to the live stream, and then you also get access to the audio version if you missed out.
Patreon.com/nerdcore. Fund my vices.
Fund your vices. Yeah. What's your name today, Brad?
Made my mama proud.
Made my mama proud. Damn straight, bro. Damn straight you made your mama proud. But yeah, man. At least what does Luis want? Yeah. Okay, the personal stuff that I can't talk about tomorrow.
Stay the fuck out of our podcast, Luis. We're busy. You get text rolls later. We busy. Put the phone down. We got work to do, damn it.
Yeah. Out of our podcast, Luis. Oh, that's great. But yeah, Luis is waiting for you to play Minecraft with us. He really wants to play. But yeah, we're gonna be doing this review, and I'm pretty excited because I had never heard of this movie. Brad probably had never heard of it either, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty enjoyable.
Suggested it.
Huh? Yeah. I mean, you never heard of it.
Well, no, I'd heard of it. I've been wanting to watch it.
Oh, okay. So I'm okay, man. Well, either way, we never watched either of these movies.
Always telling lies on me.
Shut your mouth. And as always, at the end, we're going to do our coin toss to see what will be the month, and if Brad got his 3 movies, his Batman trilogy. But we'll decide that at the end of the episode. But as always, if you have not seen Uncorked, and this is 2020, so it's a recent movie. If you've never seen it, this is your chance to click off. And Brad, I hope you have the info ready to read.
I do. It's very short.
All right. So, as always, if you don't want spoilers for Uncorked, stop listening. If you don't care, keep listening. But either way, your spoiler warning is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, man. So, Bradley, from our number one source, right?
Wikipedia, the only source we know, the only source that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Uncorked is a 2020 American drama film written and directed by Prentice Penny. It stars. Okay, I apologize if I just get these names wrong. I will do my best. Mamadou Athey, Courtney B. Vance, Niecy Nash, Matt McGorry, Sasha Compere, Jill Oziri, Kelly Jenrette, Bernard David Jones, Melissa. Is that Melissa or Malaysia?
Hold on. I mean, I think I can get you on this. Malaysia.
Malaysia Lomax and Mira Rohit Kumbani. It was released on March 27, 2020 by Netflix. That's it.
Yeah, those are some pretty
4 minutes.
Games,
yeah, I mean, for this being, I think this was produced in the U.S. Yeah, for being produced in the U.S., some difficult names going on. But so I apologize if I missed any of those.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it happens, bro. We're idiots.
I mean, music by Hit Boy though.
Yeah, music by Hit Boy. But yeah, man. So it was of course it was scheduled to have its release at South by Southwest on March 14, 2020, but then Corona hit. So the film was pulled from the festival and then
on to Netflix it went.
And onto Netflix it went on March 27, 2020. So you know, this was one of those that was supposed to be on South by and it didn't happen, man. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Let's go ahead and get some talking here, man. Let's go ahead and get what do we think about this movie, Brad?
Quite enjoyable. I mean, after my 2 picks in Western Month, this movie again I bring up sometimes when I just pick a bad movie and then we watch a good movie, I'm like, it's like a breath of fresh air. Yeah. This was one of those, really is one of those Netflix and chill movies. It's like, yeah, it's a very calming movie in a way. I mean, it does have some dramatic parts into it, but for the most part, you're just watching a character try to achieve his dream while at the same time having to go against his father's dream. So it's kind of like we all know this story.
Yeah, dude, Hit Boy produced well, I can't say this word, but In Paris with Jay-Z and Kanye, Trophies by Drake, Click by Good Music, and of course, what's it called? Racks in the Middle by Nipsey Hussle, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know, I the first thing I told you about this movie was like soundtrack is fire. Yeah. Soundtrack is amazing through this. I actually went and on my Apple, Apple Music, I downloaded some of the songs. I'm like, yep, gotta get those.
Yep. I gotta say, this movie isn't the greatest thing to ever grace the earth by cinema. You know,
I never said that.
Yeah, so. No. I'm just saying that like this isn't the greatest thing. It's not perfect, but it's a really enjoyable movie. I think this movie has a lot of heart, man. There's a lot of heart.
I think that was the point. It was to show someone chasing their dream, having to deal with the pressures of family while trying to earn that dream, along with the pressures of losing family. Yeah. Which I don't know if I would have included like the loss of his mother in this scene. I don't know if adding that added anything to the film. I mean, it was definitely sad and dramatic, and it brought him and his father closer. But I don't know if I would have gone the same route had I been the one writing this to just off the mother.
I guess they were just kind of running around like, okay, how are we gonna get them together? Like, what's gonna finally bring them close? And instead of having the father kind of swallow his pride, they were like, okay, let's do the mom dies. And but I gotta say, it's a lot of heart. There's a lot of humor to this movie, and I like that. Mm-hmm. I gotta say, and this is something I've read so much on Twitter, and when people say like, you know, what's it called, black cinema, you know, has been full of so many stories, you know, at least when you see the, you know, the most famous black films, there's always, what's it called, it's always, you know, it's always based on, you know, these traumas by the black community. And a lot of them have said like, for once we just want a romantic comedy about two, what's it called, a black couple, and we just want a black story that has doesn't have to be rooted in trauma. And
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's not my, what's it called, decision to make. That's not whether, you know, that's not for me to say whether that is what is needed or not. You know, the black community has spoken on that so many times, and I gotta say, and I'm glad that a movie like this does exist. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
And,
talking
and
about, you know, the relationship between a father and a son, and you know, it's a movie that doesn't have to have in-rooted traumas, and it doesn't have to be, you know, trauma porn.
no, and there is slight trauma with the mom passing, but
Yeah,
not something like we've seen like with the Moonlight or
yeah,
other types
yeah.
of films in those
Which
relations that
which
have a
we, you know,
traumatic theme running through it.
yeah, we, you know, which we've got to preface, like, you know, we love Moonlight. Moonlight was one of the greatest movies of this last decade. Was my favorite of the decade, and you know, it's an incredible movie. But I'm just saying, like, you know, what I read is like always people like saying like, okay, you know, we get it. You know, the story, like Danny Fernandez always says on Twitter, like, you know, our stories don't have to always be rooted in trauma.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't have to always be rooted in our trauma. Sometimes we can just make that what's it called, that rom-com that we want to see. You know, of course she's talking about the Latino community, but I've seen many in the black community speak about that as well on Twitter.
This is a good
So
feeling
that's
film
what
to
I got
me.
to give props to this man, because it does it so well.
Yeah, this is a
Hmm.
good feeling film for me. And it's a different light
Hmm.
because most of the time when you see somebody drinking wine, it's white people. Let's be serious here. Like you don't get
Yeah,
a lot of scenes showing different cultures enjoying wine. So this is nice. You know,
yeah, yeah.
it's not a bunch of
And
people that
you
look
know,
like me going, yeah, this is a red.
yeah.
They're out here
What's on
stunning,
in
like saying like the names of all the wines and stuff. I'm just learning shit. I'm like, I didn't know that was a part of that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know that shit was that. You know, he even says it like, you know, there's a lot of people in my class. I don't. There's not even that much black people in my class. You know,
Hmm.
like, but you know, this is a great story, and I love the humor. I love the chemistry between the family, and how well they all work with each other, and especially the cousins. Like that one line made me laugh so hard when they're talking about him going to Paris, and he's like, I'm gonna have to sell my car. He goes, no, not the Nissan. You got so many and he goes, blowed up tires, and you know, a lot of
Uh-huh.
good stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, or yeah, dude, or like, and or it's like that guy was killing me. Or what's it called? When he was talking, when he was in his apartment with his music, and you know, he's talking about the what's it called, the Whole Foods, and it's like, white people don't know shit, man.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then he like goes to the back.
did you notice like the slight jokes in that?
Yeah,
He mentioned his friends like I think that dude's stealing.
yeah, and then he looks at the guy in the back. He's like, dude, that's what the coaster's there for. Like, yeah, dude. No, I love that. I loved all those instances in this movie, and it was just so heartfelt, so well treated, man. You know, it had been a while since I've seen a movie kind of like this that was just, you know, this it's good for the heart.
Yeah. And I mean, you get to see a father son relationship, which
Mhm.
isn't the best in the beginning, but you see them slowly growing and them trying to understand each other.
Mhm.
I mean, hell, even to the point where the dad goes and sits for his exam, his sommelier exam. Although I have to admit, the whole Somalian, like the whole jokes on that, he's like, "You want to be a pirate?" He's like, "No, that's
Oh,
a
that's
Somalian."
Somalian. Oh, that's Somalian. Yeah, that was funny. And then when the mom when they raised the money, she's like, and God knows he's gonna be one because I just said the word
The word.
correctly. Yeah.
But I love how this ended with him going to a restaurant where his friend passed the test.
Mhm.
And he sees that little master sommelier pen, and he's like, I'm gonna get that shit. And then he
Yeah.
just doesn't show back up to work, and he goes to take the class again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it hints at that he's gonna make it. He's gonna achieve his dream, but it doesn't go all into showing you that.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like, he's gonna do it. It's just it's a matter of time, and I think that's what the whole point was. Like, it's a matter of time, and the right time, because when he was doing it first, like, his father, of course, was very not supportive. Now his dad's really there for him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's now the time is right. Now the time is right, and it's gonna happen for him. Back then, it wasn't his time, but it was there for the experience, and that's what worked out for him.
Yeah, and I really liked how they compared and contrasted like wine tasting to barbecue, like
Yeah.
the different spices and how this pairs well.
Mhm.
And then it shows how they're opening the second restaurant, and it really feels like the dad is
Mhm.
turning more towards, this is going to be our fancy shit. Like the first one was good, down home rooted barbecue, but this one we're going to up it a little, and we're going to have like wine pairings and yada yada yada. So
Yeah.
this movie is really cool in that it goes into a lot of concepts you usually don't see, especially about wine.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, like a lot of stuff I was learning, like, all these names, and like, like, oh, like what everything means in on the bottle, and
Yeah.
just yeah, I've never, I don't drink, and I don't know much about wine, and I was like, oh, cool, like that's really cool that that's all what that bottle means, and it was just a lot of cool stuff going on. And I honestly didn't even know that. I didn't Well, first of all, I didn't even know what a sommelier was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
So
what the fuck is that?
and I didn't know how much schooling they actually went through. I was just sitting there going amazed, going like, I can do that shit. Like I can drink, but I couldn't tell you like where the fuck this came from. Its acidity, nah, man. I can tell you that's a good wine right there.
Yeah.
I like that. I
For
did like
sure, man.
the one where he's like, "Is this box wine?" And he's like, "What?"
What?
That's
That's
good.
that's what you gotta get at one point, dude. You gotta get the box. But yeah, I mean, this movie, it's fun. It's just like, if you got an hour and 47 minutes to kind of doze off with, and like you want something to just pass that 1 hour and 47 minutes. This is a really good movie to just throw your head back to, and just what's it called, enjoy for the moment.
And then go download the soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah, because the soundtrack was my favorite part, man. Just all those,
I,
even the songs in
it was
French.
done so well. Some of the
Yeah,
cinematography with the sound, like
yeah,
the first scenes in Paris when they're coming in and they're showing off the buildings, like
yeah.
it really doesn't get much better than that in movies.
Yeah,
It's
I gotta get hands off to the editor as well. So the edit was really nice, editing of like the different bottles, and like and also the pouring of the wine, and it's just I think that this movie, like, some pretty damn good editing, honestly, especially with the music in the background.
yeah.
Yeah. So I even love the songs in France, all the French songs that they were
Oh, the
putting in.
French rapping, yeah,
Yeah,
that was interesting and really cool.
yeah, I
Um,
was really dope.
I, I think they bring that all back in circle when he's doing his test in Paris at the fake restaurant. And he's like, "Why are you serving me a California wine? I'm in France."
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into our ratings here. I'm gonna go ahead and give Uncorked a nice 7.5 out of 10. And Brad, what about yours?
Give it a solid 8 out of 10. I believe it is a watch. It's on Netflix. You guys go partake, enjoy, drink some wine while you're watching this, and you'll learn a lot.
Make some popcorn. Watch it, man. That was honestly is the best way to watch it, man.
Or a cheese board, or like a
Yeah.
charcuterie, like meat and cheese board.
I'm not fancy enough for that, bro. But
Dude,
yeah.
we'll get there. We'll get there. We had all the fancy director parties going, "This is charcuterie." My friend Brad told me.
And then I was just like, "Where the fuck are the chips?"
y'all got any Pepsi? You got any Coke Zero?
Hey, Cook Zero, where's the Tostitos, man? Where's the hot Cheetos with cheese? The hell I want cheese for?
Y'all got any mozzarella sticks with that marinara?
Yeah. Where's the mini pizzas?
What's with the fucking toothpicks? Why do you use so many toothpicks?
We're not even eating meat. Oh God, yeah.
Why is
No,
there
God,
broccoli?
God knows I won't even be able to stand my. I don't even think I'd be able to fit in like in an environment like that. You drinking wine and cheese platters. I'd be too concentrated. In like, where the chips at? You know, where's the
Where's the
fucking
chips at,
pico de
bro?
gallo and the or like where's the hot Cheetos, man? I want something good.
That's why you bring me to the party, so I can just eat all the cheese and drink the wine and be like, yo, where'd chips? Yo,
Sure.
waitress, chips in the back, maybe? All right.
Yeah.
Bro, in
Come
the
on, I'm
back,
pretty
chips.
sure one of y'all got a bag of chips in the back. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and do our coin toss here. I'm gonna remind everybody of picks if they didn't listen to Tuesday's episode, which you should listen to. But Brad's picks are the Dark Knight trilogy. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then his Patreon mini would be The Dark Knight Rises. My picks are Memento, his second film, Interstellar, and Insomnia for my Patreon mini, which is his third film. I think, Insomnia is his third one with Al Pacino. So as always, we decide the schedule of the month with our coin toss. So if Brad wins, he goes first and he gets his Patreon mini. If I win, I get my Patreon mini and I go first. This month, Western month, I won, and I was able to go first, and I got my Patreon mini of Desierto, which you guys are still going to be able to get next week. So you can still sign up for the Patreon and join us there. So, Brad, without further ado, let's go ahead and get our coin toss in. So, heads or tails, right, Brad?
What you calling?
Heads did not do me well last time. I'm gonna go with tails.
Tails.
Jesus, 2 months in a row, Brad.
I wanted my fucking Batman trilogy, you asshole.
Oh, what damn Batman trilogy? Well, dude,
This is bullshit.
We did 2000s month. We've done everything from 60s to the 2000s. And now that we're actually in a different decade, we still need to do a 2010s month. So don't worry, you'll get the chance to get Batman Dark Knight.
Honestly, though, The Dark Knight Rises, not the best out of the trilogy.
I am one of the minority that absolutely loves Dark Knight Rises.
I love how they portrayed Bane.
Yeah,
that's what I love out of that.
all
The other Schumacher, rest in peace. I know, but I'm about to go hard in this. Schumacher's depiction of everything is just total bullshit. It's very campy. It's very early Batman, but it just didn't work for me. Not after the Tim Burton dark, Danny DeVito bleeding black blood, continue in that vein. Don't give me George Clooney with bat nipples. Jesus Christ. Yeah. But the Dark Knight Rises portrayal of Bane, I would watch like 18 of those movies. I would watch a prequel Bane movie with Tom Hardy playing Bane. Although I will admit, I don't understand why they didn't get, because Bane is from what, Colombia?
Mexico.
Is he from Mexico?
I think
so. Why wouldn't you just get like a really giant, great Mexican actor to play?
Dude, imagine if they wouldn't got like a fucking Bautista at the time.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I love Tom Hardy's portrayal, but at the same time, Bane is from Mexico, so
I completely agree. I think that villain would have had so much power if it would have been a Mexican immigrant who had been fed up with the system and what was being done in America. But like, I still just can't get enough of Tom Hardy as Bane in that movie.
No, I mean, I've come to the point where pretty much any role Tom Hardy's playing, I'm probably going to enjoy.
Yeah, and you can't even call him a villain per se because it's more of the anti-hero because it's another Killmonger. His actions really aren't villainy.
Well, and the only thing villainy about it is he's going to have a lot of collateral damage. That's the real villainy part of it.
Yeah,
I mean, but he did blow up the Pittsburgh Steelers, so
yeah. But I'm on board. I'm one of the few who actually do love Dark Knight Rises. I'd honestly say that all three movies to me are genius. But Dark Knight Rises is my second favorite in the.
But Nolan's balls are like this big to show Bane breaking Batman's back, which is one of the most like iconic scenes in comics. Is just that crack,
Yeah,
it's just so iconic.
yeah. I'm kind of I know I'm kind of stalling here, but I do want to get what's it called um where he is from Mexico. He has to be Mexico. I remember correctly, because he was a luchador.
Yeah, he's from one of those Latin American countries.
Yeah. Um, Batman. Publication history, fictional character, autobiography. Orchard established in Nightfall, of course. His father, Edmund Dorrance, better known as King Snake, had been a revolutionary who had escaped Santa Prisca's court system, whatever. Although he was in prison, his abilities. Um, it doesn't even say where he's from, dude. Come on, guys. It's not that hard to put it in the damn thing, right? But y'all are real nerds, man. You guys don't know where he's from. Um, it's got to be Mexico. I remember because he was a luchador, bro. So it's got to be Mexico if I remember correct. But yeah, man, I can't wait for next month. I think there's it's gonna be really interesting, man. I think that we got a good amount of movies that we're going to discuss, and I can't wait to discuss probably one of the best modern directors of all time, dude.
For
But
sure. For
yeah,
sure. Although I didn't get my fucking trilogy, you bastard.
yeah, man. Leave it up to the chance, man. It was the it was the power of the coin, man.
I'm about to get two
By the way,
two-sided coins.
if anybody knows where I can get a mask, a Bane mask, I would really what's it called, appreciate that, because I want that mask. But yeah. So without further ado, it has been a really nice time talking with you guys about a movie that actually was pretty damn good. So we'll go ahead and see you guys on the next one. But I got to tell you all about some stuff. So if you want to see us, if you want to see more of us, you want to read more about us, you want to read articles that we write, it's all at the nerdcore.com. Nerdcore.com for everything. Everything about us. Social media as well. It's up on there. Also, I've already explained, but in the beginning, like you can get the show early by joining the Patreon. But there's other stuff about the Patreon that is pretty cool to join for. Not only are we trying to get Brad to do Thick Thor soon. He just needs to get the wig right.
Pretty much.
Yep,
I'm
and
broke.
we'll be getting to that soon. But we also have people who help. Everybody in the Patreon makes this show happen. But there's special people who go above and beyond, even though you already kind of going above and beyond by even pledging $1 to us. But our producers really do help us out a lot. So I want to go ahead and give a shout out to our producers. First, we have our associate producers at the $10 tier, Cassie and Sarah. Thank you so much for being wonderful people. And I also got to give a shout out to our executive producers. We got our $15 tier executive producers, Grayson Barker, who you can follow at Grayson Barker 98 on Instagram, Warlord One Bar on Twitter. And then we have our wonderful Shane SRRK. Where can they find him, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/SWRWK or on Twitter at SWRWK Twitch.
Thanks, man. All right. So we also got our $25 tier executive producers. We have Bryce at Brown Rice 96 on Instagram and Twitter. And then our good old Tony.
Tony.
Who you can find at Real Nerdy Dad on Twitter.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah. So without further ado, it's been a lot of fun. And Bradley, would you send them on their way out?
All right, Ro. They've been hosts as always. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to all those who comment on our Twitch, on our YouTube. We appreciate you more than you know. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. And I guess next month we'll be talking more about Batman, and Batman. You can go out.